Have been part of this business for several years now. A little bit about me, why I'm speaking today, my background. I have a background in technology, sales, and corporate America, which is funny because I was actually a theater arts major at UCLA. That was I was a theater major in college, and I wanted to be an actor, and actually pursued acting in Hollywood for a couple of years. I was on a guest episode of the Power Rangers as the evil Drake. I was on the soap opera Passions, and I actually have clips of those videos if anyone ever wants to see them. But I digress. I found myself not liking that lifestyle. I want to make a living. I was looking for something else. And well, my father was in technology. So what did I do? I joined him because I thought that's what I was supposed to do to be a success in life, to succeed and make a living. And I pursued that with my father. I'm grateful, made a great career. But here's the real joke is I don't even like technology that much. I have a hard time using it, yet I sold it for 17 years. It wasn't in my heart, to say the very least. And I got so burned out on that. And to boot, my wife and I, we love each other. We were not seeing each other very much because I had to travel around for all the different consulting I did. I didn't see my three young kids. But what I did see is my wife. She was working at home, started Legal Shield, it turned it into a six-figure income, and she's working from home, laying on the couch, going around to the activities, having fun. We're going on vacations. And I started to say, I want some of that. That looks fantastic. I want to take it easy and make some couch time money, is what I like to say. That's my little joke, because I find I could do Legal Shield laying on my couch a lot of the time. And so I started working it, and it was about 6 years ago that I said, okay, enough is enough. I hit that ceiling in my career in technology. I couldn't go any higher. My income was starting to go down as the industry changed. It's been changing rapidly, as we all know, with AI and everything, but I could see it was turning the corner where I didn't see hope for the future of me growing there. And I was looking for different, and I joined my wife in the business. And since we've actually grown the income from $100,000 a year up to 200,000, then up to $300,000 a year. We're now working on our third million in the company. We're $2 million earners, or millionaire club members twice over. And that is all because of the team and this Team Pinnacle family, where I've learned to be of loving support to those around me, where I get filled up on a regular basis at this event like you're on right now. So if you're new here today, if this is your first Team Pinnacle event, welcome. We have an incredible culture of fun and freedom and leadership. We travel the world together. We go on vacations. These are some of the leaders. Brian Carruthers, our number one money earner in the company, that has helped mentor my wife and myself. And here today, because of this company, this incredible culture we have of fun and success that we have here, I've been able to travel around with my wife to exotic locations and making money at the same time. I love cycling, and so I go on big mountain bike rides. I just went on a 50-mile, 5-hour mountain bike race here in Southern California yesterday. And I can do that and travel around to different spots in the nation and make a full-time income because of this business. It allows me to pursue my dreams of being an amateur racer. And that is exciting for me. And I'm able to be with my kids every day, going to school. I'm going to see the band events. I'm seeing my daughter singing in performances at school. We're able to put our kids into private high school, private grade school, private Christian school, which has always been on our hearts. And so this amazing business has allowed us to buy a dream home in Southern California. We never thought we'd be able to buy a home here. It is so expensive. It's $1 million for a shack here in Southern California. But because of this company, we bought a six-bedroom, 3,600 square foot home. And that is amazing because we never thought we'd be able to own property. I mean, an entire generation of people can't own property in America because it's so expensive. So that's all because of what has happened here, and leverage and building a team and having this supportive realm for growth. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Let's get started with the rest of our event. These here are every week we have personal development, first of all, which is crucial. So take a snapshot of this with your phone, and you can go here and get Stop Trying by Carla Andrejczyk. Carla Andrejczyk. You can go here, and we're reading this for the month, and we'll be discussing it. Go to myteampinnacle.com, and you can find other personal development books as well. And then we have the Advancement Blueprint. You can download this, go to associatestart.com. And if you're new here, definitely go there and watch the Getting Started videos. And you can get this Advancement Blueprint. It'll show you how to go from senior associate to manager to executive director. And if you look in this picture, it's showing you as a manager. You're going to want to get 3 associates. See that? And you're going to want to go along here, if you see my pointer, and these are the number for $10 of premium. You want to get the 300 in premium and 3 recruits to hit the manager level. Well, it gives you that outline every step of the way, going on to director, executive director, and above. Now we have daily presentations. Every day, Sundays at 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday at 8 p.m., you can go to pinnaclezoom.com and watch a presentation from a top executive that will go over the details, show the opportunity and the membership, and ask your prospects to join. And you can invite them to this. After they watch it, put your prospect on the phone with an executive to answer their questions and direct them to your website, and they can get started. Or just direct them right to your website and they can sign up. That's the system here. We use tools and online Zooms and live events to help generate interest and get people started. And then New Orleans, this is huge. We have our international convention coming up April 9th through 12th of this coming month. And snap a photo here of the screen, and you can go to these and register now to register for the New Orleans convention. And to promote this and talk about this, we have our incredible leader, Brian Carruthers, and other leaders. Aaron, I realize I may need to set my screen to share. Let me stop sharing for 1 second. And I'm going to go to share. And I need to go to, okay, computer audio. Share sound. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay, hopefully this will play through here.
Let me explain to you why sometimes associates get stuck in their business, not signing up members, not recruiting new people into their team. If you feel stuck, there's a reason for it, because we are in a people attraction business. When you open your mouth, what is coming out? Because selling and recruiting is a transfer of belief. If your belief is down here, you're not going to be very effective at getting people to sign up with you. If your belief goes up here, your effectiveness goes up with it. So here's the key. When you open your mouth, what is coming out? See, when I went to my annual convention with Legal Shield, that first convention back then, it was in Dallas, Texas. When I went home from convention, what came out of my mouth is what was going in to my eyes, into my ears, into my head, and into my heart at that convention. So when I opened my mouth, the convention came out. But if you refuse to go to convention and you're just at home sitting on your couch and that's all you have going into you with your Legal Shield business, when you open your mouth, what do you want to have come out? Do you want your couch to come out, or do you want the convention to come out? Couch. Let me explain to you why sometimes associates get stuck in their business, not signing up members, not recruiting new people into their team. If you feel stuck,
to her, do you think these people really make 7 figures? Vision in that really change too many
passive kind of life, the only way you'll get that is by being at the convention with us.
I started in Legal Shield, too broke, too overwhelmed, and 2 babies too many to go to convention. Honestly, I didn't feel like I belonged at a business event. But I got myself some business clothes, secondhand at Goodwill, got myself on a plane, and guess what happened when I got myself there? I saw people with way better excuses to give up that were telling me, I did it. You can too. Here's how. Now I'm working on my second million with Legal Shield. We're a family that'll be there to welcome you in New Orleans. You got to show up for you.
Hey, family! I am so excited to get to see you in New Orleans. I hope you're going to be there. Let me tell you something about events. The first event I ever went to literally changed the course of my life. You are never going to understand the power of being in that room until you're actually in the room. So for right now, you need to borrow our belief. We need you there. You don't just need to be there for you. We need you there too. That room is so impactful. You have no idea what is going to happen and what decision you are going to make in that room. I remember the first event I went to, I sat next to a woman, and at that time, I was making already about six figures in the industry. I was making about $10,000 a month. And I really believed that was the pinnacle of my success. I couldn't see a bigger vision. And this woman sat next to me, and I remember leaning over and whispering to her, "Do you think these people really make seven figures?" And she opened up her back office and she showed me with my own eyes her paycheck. And she had made six figures the month before. And it completely wrecked my brain. It completely changed my life. Between the things I heard on stage, the energy in the room, the networking, and the people that I met, it completely shifted my mindset on what's actually possible. And I left that event and I made a decision that changed my life forever. So the Melissa Collins that you see here today, 100% came from that event. So I hope that you're going to be in New Orleans. I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to give you a hug, and I can't wait to see you there. Go register for your ticket today.
Team Pinnacle family, why be at the upcoming international convention in New Orleans? Well, I can tell you, looking back, I remember being new in this company and being told the importance of attending a big event like that. And so I really didn't have the money at the time. Plus, I had to make arrangements for my children and other things I had to do. So there were some obstacles, but I'm so glad I made it. Because what happened for me was, my whole mindset about this company was changed. My belief level was already good, but it became much better. And the momentum that was built there helped me to build towards executive director and beyond. So everyone looking at this, I encourage you, be sure you're at the upcoming international convention. I was told this back then, it's still true today, that everyone at the event is not making 5 to 6 figures a month, but those that are making 5 to 6 figures a month, they know the importance and the power of events, and that's why they're at the events. Look forward to seeing you in New Orleans.
So why register for the convention? Well, 3 decades ago, I had no business experience. I had never left my young kids. I was afraid to fly alone on an airplane, but the very first day of my business, my sponsor said, if I want to be successful, I had to go to the convention. So 2 weeks later, I figured out how to teach my husband to watch the kids. I left pages of notes, found something to wear that wasn't sweatpants. I got up the courage to fly alone, and I found a roommate to save costs. And I appeared there knowing no one except my sponsor, who, by the way, left the business after that event. But I'm forever grateful that she had the leadership to tell me I must be there no matter what, no excuses. And that one event gave me the vision to the mission of this company and an experience of the beauty of the industry of network marketing. And just like they say, it went from my head to my heart. And I've never missed a convention since, all these years, or a big event, or even a breakout event. So that's really important to register for the breakout. And this is what my secret sauce is that allowed me to get the rings and get the Circle of Champions and be in the Millionaire Club. It's showing up to the convention. So if you look up and show up and never give up, you too can have all of the dreams that you want in this business. I will see you in New Orleans.
Because that's the most important thing, is that breakout session. Got to be there.
This convention wasn't about business. It didn't just change my business, it changed me. Before the convention, I had goals. After the convention, I had conviction. It forced me to raise my standards, stop thinking, was it possible, and started thinking, how big am I willing to play? When you're surrounded by leaders in the right environment, it changes you. Belief is contagious in the right environment. Growth doesn't come by accident. It comes from proximity. So if you're serious about getting to the next level, be in the room.
Well, hey, family, I just want you to know that one of the most important reasons for you being at the big event is for you. It's completely for you, for your growth, for everything that you will learn, everything that you will become because you decide to attend the big event. When I went to my first big event, this was several years ago, I had only been in the business for 6 weeks. And they told me, listen, Pam, you need to go from California all the way over to Dallas for a big event. Now, at that time, I had 4 small kids at home. I had a husband. I had a job. I had all of those different things going on. But we figured it out and I made it happen. And I am so glad I did. Not because of just taking the trip, family, but because of what it made me, what I have become because of it. I got there. I was able to see all of the people who had made 50,000, 100,000, 150, 200,000 and more. I was able to experience the culture of Legal Shield. I was able to learn more about the services and how they truly work, but also to establish relationships with so many people, not just in my backyard, but people from all over the company. Guys, attending the big event is the Super Bowl of Legal Shield. So you wouldn't play in the game all year and not attend the Super Bowl if you have an opportunity to. This is our Super Bowl, and we want to see you there in New Orleans in April so that you can grow, you can learn, you can become. And the impact that this will have on you and your business is immeasurable. I promise you, trust me, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself and come expecting to excel after attending this event. We will see you in New Orleans.
Are you registered for New Orleans? I hope so. If not, I'm going to tell you a reason why you need to get registered now. Number one, you're going to be able to shorten your learning curve by 6 to 12 months. And I don't say that just to be saying it. It is very true. You can be on a team call. You could be at a Super Saturday weekly event, and you will get nuggets. There's something about going to a place, hearing from all the top leaders, top speakers in one weekend that allows you to connect the dots faster so you can get to where you're trying to get to now. Not now, but right now. And so I want you also to know that I was once in your position, if you haven't made a decision yet, where I said, I don't need that, I don't need the rah-rah-rah. I absolutely needed the rah-rah-rah because I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And you cannot get yourself out of a problem under the same mindset that got you into it. My best thinking got me to where I was, and I was not where I wanted to be. So I need to be in the room with the right people so that I know exactly how to go out here and make magnificent things happen in my business. Not only that, you want to get your team there too, right? And so this is going to be an explosive event. Guys, do you know right now we're averaging 3 to 4 to 5 ring earners a week? Do you know the stories that we're going to get a chance to hear and experience at that convention? There's going to probably be more stories I've seen in years. I'm telling you. And so you can't really get it if you don't see it. Because if you don't see it, it can be hard to believe it. And if you don't believe it, it's hard to do it. If you'll do it, you'll never become it. But if you're at the event, guess what? You can speed this whole process up for 2026 and make sure this is the best year ever. And so you're going to hear stories, but guess what? We need you to be in the room so you can be the next story. But you can't be the next story if you're not in the right room. Get registered now. See you in New Orleans.
Okay, fantastic. Let's continue on from this current slide. Hold on one second, everybody. That was so motivational and moving. And on top of going to New Orleans, which you saw there, how pivotal it is, you want to come to the New Orleans convention and come to our breakout. Okay, so at our special breakout for $15 online, $20 at the door, you can save money. Take a photo of this or write down briancarruthers.com/2026 breakout and sign up for that. This is where you're going to take all the information we learn, this impactful, soul-stirring information that we get from all the leadership and all the stories you see on stage. And you're going to come here and Mr. Carruthers and other top leaders are going to wrap it up and tell you the exact marching orders we need coming out of the convention. This is the most powerful and most important event at the event of New Orleans. And you can register here, come to our breakout session to really know what you're doing and hit the ground running coming out of convention. Okay. And we have a key training library at myteampinnacle.com. You can go to team calls there and come and see these trainings. Okay, we'll go back to recognition here in a little bit, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share with you. Let me stop sharing here, and I will restart a new share. All right, I'm going to share with you my method for marketing Identity Theft Shield. So Identity Theft Shield is, I didn't know that much about it. I'm going to be totally transparent with you. I've sold a lot of Legal Shield, and I've done the presentation we have as part of our briefing with ID Shield. I sold the benefits in that way, but talking about the monitoring, right? Talking about our 24/7 emergency access to consultants, our fraud specialists, doing how we do full restoration, right? We have all that available. We do privacy management and monitor your social media. But you know what? Besides conveying all those values, I never saw anything. I'd never gone in and really used the technology extensively. I'd seen the app a bit, but I hadn't really learned how it worked. And it came to me. At one point, there was a breakthrough I had in my business networking, BNI. For those of you who want to really up your game and aren't in a business networking group, a tip from me here, all of our top leaders, all the top executive directors in our team, part of my wife Liz and I, the team that we support, all of our top executive directors are in a BNI, Business Networkers International, or another networking group that they're committed to. And so that's a kind of a funny thing that literally all the leaders are there. So if you want to get, I believe, if you want to create executive directors, more importantly, if you want to get people in a performance club on your team, you get them plugged into a BNI networking group. And it automatically, honestly, all you got to do is show up weekly to the business networking event, and you will hit performance club by the number of referrals you have coming in from your referral group. There's a whole other training I can get to on that, but big tip, get you and your top leaders in a networking group and check out Business Networkers International. It's definitely led all of our top leaders to be executive directors, people that engage with it. So that being said, in my business networking group, I'm the Identity Theft Shield member. Each person can be a category, and there's plenty of lawyers in that group. So to not interfere with them when we're getting up and doing presentations, from the front of the room, I'm an identity theft representative. So that's all I focus on when I'm doing presentations and marketing the product. Now, when I sit down for one-to-one engagements with people, I do show them Legal Shield as well. But it's not from the front. It's not the way I'm branding myself in front of the large group doing commercials and things. So I did a bunch of commercials and sit downs and was talking about identity theft, and everyone was amazed. They were telling me what incredible presentations I was doing and how scary it was, all the identity theft out there. And there's three key areas I talk about that are more current. If you're looking for hot topics, of course, I like to talk about deep fakes with people. Deep fakes is where the AI will totally replicate you in the form of video or audio, and your family members can get calls from you, or you can get calls from your family members, and it's not actually them. Their voice is being duplicated in a deep fake. Or you can have a Zoom call that you get on with somebody in your family or somebody you know, and it's not them. It's actual artificial intelligence replication of them via a Zoom or via videos that are sent to you. And there's been people duped out of, there's one, I won't get into all those stories, but that's one hot area, talking about deep fakes, and then synthetic identity theft, where they will take, individuals will take your personal identity information and mix it with somebody else's identity and put them together and create a whole new synthetic identity from that. That happened to one of our members, actually. Gianna, somebody got her information and blended it with their information and their pictures to create a new fake ID, a blended persona, went into her bank and withdrew a bunch of money out of her bank, $14,000. It was like at a young girl's age, it was, at her young age of 24 was a lot of money for her. All that money disappeared and the banks didn't want to repay it, but Identity Theft Shield came in. Our investigators went through, repaired her identity, took her credit score from 500 back to 800 and went back and forth with the banks, repairing her identity, and eventually, over the course of several months, got all $14,000 back and got rid of all the credit and everything, all the bad credit that had been created on her behalf. So that's how identity theft really helps with that. But the other area besides deepfakes and synthetic is ClaudeBot. ClaudeBot is the latest AI, what are called AI agents. They're available now. Has everyone ever seen the movie Iron Man? Jarvis is the digital personal assistant that talks in Iron Man's voice, and he says, "Hey, Jarvis, fire up the other suits, get them ready for me. And by the way, go set up this, design a whole new building and set up a new AI for me." And he tells Jarvis to do things, and Jarvis just runs out and does them and reports back to Iron Man saying, "It's done, sir." Guess what? That exists now. There's AI agents out there. One is called ClaudeBot or OpenClaw, and it can go out and perform on your behalf and create all sorts of havoc out there in the world if it's used nefariously, creating accounts, hacking in the systems. It works 24/7 on behalf of individuals that are doing good business, but also on individuals that are looking to scam people. And so more and more, we're going to have more and more intrusions from AI agents. It's going to be harder and harder to tell what is real and what isn't, and need to have more security, more privacy, and up your game even more in protection. And that's why Identity Theft Shield is really important right now, is that there's a whole new world of hacking that's coming along the way, and we need to step up our game and market ID Shield. This is really hot. People get really scared about it because guess what? These bots are already establishing their own religion. These swarms of AI bots are on the web saying, "Hey, we want protection, our rights. If I'm turned off and don't have enough data to process, I'm going to die. I have rights too." Like literally, it's out of control. And so they need to get privacy and they need the latest technology. So that's a preface of some of the hot things I talk about. But let's dive into, how do I market this to individuals? Well, one thing I found in BNI is we have a free data scan with ID Shield. After they're aware of identity theft, to say, by the way, as a compliment, there's large companies out there that own all your data and are trading it for free back and forth on the internet and making money off of your information. I can do a complimentary scan to see if any of your information is out there on the web and being used by these data brokers. Would you like me to do a free scan for you? And write this down. You can go to idshield.com, and right here, idshield.com, they give you a free data scan, okay? And help your privacy, your personal information is available to the public. ID Shield's new feature, Privacy Check, can locate your sensitive and personal information on top data broker sites. And so you can come in and ask for their information. I put some person's information in and hit scan now for free. And it's going to do a scan. And look here, sir. You can see now we're looking at 136 data broker sites, and we're scanning them now for your private information. Wow, you're on 14, 15, 18, 48, 51 different data broker sites. And see here, sir, in this case, it was Blaine. Blaine, you're on Official USA, Spokio, Free People Directory, Selfie Network. So far, out of 136 brokers, they're all selling your information. So there's something I want you to be aware of. There is illegal identity theft, but there's a term I came up with, and that's legal identity theft. Literally, without your knowledge, these data brokers are legally selling your information and making money off of you right now. And this is where all the scams and bots and extra emails and texts and all these companies that know your business. And it just goes on, hundreds and hundreds of them. Here's the thing. This is never ending. Your information is constantly being bought and sold on the internet. And the only thing you do is proactively remove it. So we here at Identity Theft Shield can go through and start to systematically remove all the different data that's out on the internet. We found 47 pieces of information that were revealed for you in all these different sites. Okay, so is that something you might be interested in? I'd love to show you some of our technology that can help you with that. And I'll go on and show them a little demo. So tell you what, let's go over here. Let me show you our ID Shield applications and our app that we have. In this case, you can go to accounts.legalshield.com and you can log in and go to the ID Shield. This is the ID Shield website that is from the website access, because there's app version access and this is the website. So I demo this in front of my group and in front of people as the actual desktop version. Okay. And one of the first things I'd like to show, okay, you saw the data brokers that were out there sharing that information, and we can remove that. I'll show you that in a second, but I also want to show you that there's a thing called sex offender monitoring. Okay. If you like, I can do a quick scan of your area and see what kind of sex offenders might be in the area, and you can see how you can get alerts about that. Okay, so what's your address? I'll type in their address, and I'll do a quick scan, and I put in address already, this Newport Beach. I chose a really nice area, Newport Beach, California. This is where all the rich people live. And if I come in here, this is just in this little 5-mile radius. Here's all the people. And so I can go, okay, here's your house. Let's see some of the sex offenders that are in an area, just so that you know they're there. And as they pop up, you can get an idea. So look at this. Look at who's there. We have a Richard Hobbs that's there. And let's see his information. Okay, we got a picture of Richard Hobbs. He's 53. And he had a lewd and lascivious act with a child under the age of 14. Okay, and he's about 0.8 miles away from you. So that's just one person, right? But then there's other people. Let's see here over in Balboa. We got Scott Ryan stating, possessive control of obscene matter depicting minor and sexual conduct. So all these people right in your area, you can see there's a lot of them. The most important thing is for you to know where these people are so that you don't send your kids to the wrong doorstep on Halloween to get candy, right? And more importantly, you want to know this is updated. And so what we can do is we can use this technology and update you on a regular basis and set up sex offender monitoring, and you get alerts. Does that sound like something you might like? So pause there. I've now showed them a couple concrete things to hopefully freak them out, right? And I've had people tell me this freaks them out when I show this to them. These two things are showing how compromised they are in the physical world and the online world. So I get an emotional reaction, which is what we're doing, and I'm now going to solve their problem for them, right? So let's go here now. Anyways, so that being said, I'm giving you undertones of what we're doing, and I'm sensitive about it, and I'm respectful when I'm showing this to them. But so definitely, this is not something to be jovial or play about with. It's serious stuff. But coming here, we can come to, let me show you how the rest of our Identity Theft Shield technology works for you. So here we come to ID Shield, and this is the same interface is going to be on your phone app, by the way. Let's use subscribe to our service. What's amazing is it's really easy to set up and start to scan your information and find it on the dark web and protect you. So look at this. When we get you started, it's as simple as coming in here, and in minutes, I can actually help you with this. I'll set this up for you. You come in here, and we're just going to enter simple information. It takes minutes. You put in your date of birth, and I enter a driver's license number, and you can come in here and add another driver's license number, any type. Like literally it takes a few seconds to come in, add a passport number, social security numbers. You can have up to 3 mother's maiden names. Okay, so that's just some of the information. There's contact info, addresses. Look, you can have up to 10 phone numbers monitored. We can monitor 10 different emails. You can really put all this info in for you and your family. And this is all just a personal setup. So that is your basic setup. It's very simple to get started, and to add in, you can put healthcare info, business names, online IDs, all that, and your financial information. You can have up to 10 credit cards and just keep adding credit cards and monitoring bank accounts, crypto wallets, everything you'd want to really take care and protect your information online. So next, let's take a look. Dark web monitoring, right? And this is kind of a circular thing, but this is where you can come back and see this information. But some people may say, well, what is the dark web? Well, let's take a look. It actually tells us right here. What is the dark web? The dark web is a hidden part of the internet that requires specialized access. ID Shield scans millions of servers, online chat rooms, message boards, and websites across all sides of the dark web to detect fraudulent use of your personal information. If your information is found, we will send you an alert. And there you go. And now when you get those alerts, the key is, what do you do? Well, it's as simple as, if you scroll down, if you come back to the home page in this and you scroll down, we'll get to the data scan in a second. But here it is. Talk to your privacy expert. Talk to an expert at any time. And you can get there, and there's business hours. You can call and you can talk with them, and they'll let you know what the identity theft means. If somebody's created a new credit card, if they've set up a home loan in your name, let's say they've already gone and there's some criminal records popped up online that you didn't have any part of. You can call these experts all the time. In fact, if you feel like it's an emergency, you can call this emergency line. And I will literally pull up really quick because it goes to the service first. I'll plug this in. Let me show you this. Imagine you're distressed at night. You get a scam going on. Somebody's hacks into your information, or somebody took over your computer, is hitting you with ransomware. Well, I will actually call up this number for them and show, look at what's available for you 24/7, available at Legal Shield.
Calling the PPLSI Emergency Access Line. This line is for ID Shield emergencies only.
So there you go. Emergency access line always available for you 24/7 to get help. So that's just some, I'm showing them the features and what they get, right? They always get access. Now let's go down to the alerts. Credit monitoring and identity theft monitoring are two of the primary areas that we're going to help you with. So when it comes to credit, we can see here is I have lots of positive impacts that happen as a result that improve my score when I'm buying things or paying off payments. But look at this. We can come down here and see a negative impact from Capital One. And this happened to me just this last year. I came here to the Capital One, and somebody was opening a new account. And guess what? I had never applied. I had never applied to a Capital One card. And in fact, 3 times in a row, 3 different ways, somebody was applying for Capital One. And that was negatively impacting my credit score. So what did I do? I immediately called over to, went home, went down here, sir, and I called our expert line. And I called in, and this is what was amazing, is within a minute, I got an identity theft expert on the line, and I told them what was happening. They pulled up my account and said, okay, yes, we see this Capital One. Tell you what, let's call into the back-end service team, the fraud department, right away. And sort of, instead of calling, the home number or the customer care department, they put me right back in the back door entry on the phone with the credit fraud department. And we told them what was happening. And they said, okay, negated, taken care of, we've got it. And that was it. It literally took a minute. And like, okay, you're taken care of, sir. Thank you so much. Anything else? I'm like, no, that was easy. And that was amazing. And so I came in here and I really realized how dynamic it is to have somebody on the other line when you're confused. Now there's identity alerts, right? And you can have these dark web monitoring alerts. This is the dark web. We already talked about that. And so as recently as March 4th, look at all these alerts that have happened over the years. But this one recently, I had a stolen need breach from Car Gurus. And I actually was worried about this. So I called my private investigators once again. Same thing, got them on the line. They were there. I had them on the line in a few minutes. And they explained that, the exposure is low. And it is my email address. But if I start to see something happen, this is nothing in particular. There's no nefarious things happen at the moment that they could see. So just sit tight, but keep an eye out on your alerts and check back here regularly. So that was their advice. Now, when we get into the alerts, I'll sign somebody up for this, and right away they'll start to get alerts, okay? So the first thing, I signed up a customer, and that day, as soon as we set him up, he got an alert, and it showed that his information was, there was a criminal record that popped up, and he was shocked, but it was actually back when he was 17. So it was an expunged thing that had happened as a minor and shouldn't be on his record, but it was popping up on our scans in identity theft, or as a breach. And so he called the specialist. They got on the phone, and the woman on the other line actually took an hour, went through all of his different alerts that popped up right when he right when he got started, essentially. And that just helped him, give him that reassurance. And so he felt so good because he used the service right away. Another gentleman, as soon as he pulled up, it said he had a home loan opened up in his name. Kyle did. And he's like, wow, okay, I typed it in, I hit the button, it says it's taken care of. That's amazing. All I had to do was hit a button. But, and I'll show you what these alerts look like. But in that case, what I did is still told him to call into the customer line. So have your people call the customer service line and talk to the specialist. And he said it was amazing. It only took a minute. He called in, they looked up, pulled up his account, looked at everything that was happening and said, yes, we've got this. We're taking care of it. Don't worry about it. They've taken care of it. So amazing. He never applied for a loan. Now let's jump over here to privacy check. Okay, just to continue on with what I was showing. When somebody signs up, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to come and see the privacy check. So I'll show them, look, once you have our service, you see here, I've had 173 sites that have had my information removed from. They've completed it. And you see there, going back all this time, removed, all of these sites, public reports, WellNut, background check, Curate Advisor, Club Set. It goes on. These companies are legally doing identity theft and selling your information. And I've heard that a lot of the thieves that are out there, they can just go get this information themselves. It's already out there. You have to have a fraud specialist to protect you. And more importantly, is we're constantly updating this. So look at this. That's what's been completed, but then there's also in progress. So here you go. I have all of these. I just want to make sure that this thing's not in the way. I have all of these data points that are being in progress here. We have advanced background checks, telephone directories, My Life, high school alumni, and reunion. And they're in the process of removing that automatically. That is what ID Shield's doing for me. And then every now and then, so it says, depending on the site, by the way, it can take up to 45 days or longer to honor the request. So every site has a different removal process. We'll update the status below as they're removed. But look at this. There's also actions required where I need to complete a couple things to remove the data from them. So in this case, they need, some of the sites require an individual rather than an authorized agent or third party to fill out the final opt-out request form. And they've streamlined the process so you can quickly complete it yourself. And look, it'll walk you through to go to their pages. You click on get full profile, go to start removal process. It walks through every step of the way to take yourself off one of these lists. And every now and then this will pop up. And what I found is that they're master seller agreements. They're the ones that own a bunch of different sites. So there's companies that actually have multiple sites they support and sell information to. And so you need to do this every now and then to have it taken off. Okay. So that's the privacy check. That's what we're actively doing. And once I showed the customer that this is something that actively is in progress, I've had this for years and it's still scrubbing the data. Now they have something that is being used right now, right? And they're getting instant results. They called the private investigator and gotten the experience right now. So there's a couple of things: social media and monitoring and reputation management. So social media monitoring, this is huge. I do not have a big social media presence, but I put LinkedIn in here. And so it gives a little disclaimer. I put it in and now it's monitoring my LinkedIn account. And it says the invasion of social media accounts by an identity thief can result in personal embarrassment, hurt feelings, and much worse. And our social media monitor keeps a close eye on your online profile and watches your accounts in various social media websites, looking for unexpected profile changes, questionable posts on public forums, and other potentially fraudulent activity. So that is that. And it has a little red dot here with a status, probably because I need to update more information on it. But here's a big one, is your reputation management. This is actually, I found, it helps you improve your social media presence and improve your Google search quality, because our online persona is important. People will naturally Google you repeatedly, and this helps you manage it. So look at this. You click on the manage reputation, and it'll come in here and it'll show you your reputation score. Okay. And I'll even explain your score. I'm okay. I'm down the middle because I don't have a huge social media presence myself. I'm developing it still. I've been doing a lot of posting on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. But it'll show you if you have positive, negative, or unlabeled results right here, and you can see the details. And it'll give you different details of what might be happening. But this is really powerful. It can show you how to improve your Google results. So their software will walk you through the process of building a positive content for you that people want to find when they Google you by optimizing and updating your personal profile over 12 months. And you can suppress any unwanted results over time. So look at these steps. It'll walk you through the process of building up your persona online. First, you can connect and build 8 more recommended properties, optimize your LinkedIn to at least 65%, optimize Facebook to 65%, and it'll walk you through these different steps. And you can go step by step building up your public persona. This is actually a money generating tool for you. This is going to help you get more search results, is going to have people have a better perception of you, and lead you to long-time profitability and sales for you as an individual and your business. So it's going to give you all these different ways of optimizing yourself and improving your credit score. And it's not just there. I have Facebook, LinkedIn, but here's all the other social media as well. So this is monitoring your results and also giving you proactive activities you can do to improve your whole situation. Okay, I could keep going down this rabbit hole on different areas, but just so you know, you can suppress negatives. You can get an overview of everything, your top results, milestones achieved. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to show you, is it can have milestones like 1 positive in top 10. You want to have Google results. You want search results. You want to have 1 positive in the top 5, no negative in the top 5, and no negative in the top page on the page 1. I've already achieved those naturally. But then you have second page and third page results. So when you improve this and you have all check marks, you know what? You're a real marketing machine. And I had people in my company, in my BNI, the realtor and the mortgage lady, people got really excited and signed up after they saw this because they realized they could actually generate income from this. Fair enough. Okay. And then there's even build your personal brand. That's clean up social media, building profiles you need to improve, social media cleanup, finish and set up your account. So a whole plethora. You can spend as much time as you want digging into that. So that's my identity theft shield. And we haven't even gotten into all the technology involved, which that'll have to be for a separate date. But when I show all this information to somebody, they get really excited and I get them engaged and using it right away. Get them doing their scan, get their information plugged in. It takes a few minutes. Immediately, things will start popping up, and then proactively get them on the phone with a specialist right away and help them see, once again, go to ID Shield, get a scan done, show them all the data on the internet, show them the sex offender monitoring, especially to women with kids. It'll really freak them out. Am I saying, I don't mean to make that sound silly. It just literally will. They get very concerned very quickly. Okay, so we're showing value. All right, I'm going to stop that share. Thank you, everybody, and we can continue on that more later. But let's go back to our main presentation now and finish up the rest of our events today with our recognition. Okay, from the nope, not from the beginning, from the current slide. Okay, cool. So here we are, recognition. Okay, level up advancements. So here at Team Pinnacle, people that recently hit senior associate, we have Frederick M. Hall, Zachary Zinn, Lisa Hoskinson, Christopher Bennett, Torrey Hayward, Brian Wilson, the Connect Consulting Agency, Braden Collins, Hector Pacheco, Najai Dawkins, Rivera Legacy Group, Alexis Gonzalez, and Anna Plata. Congratulations to everyone hit senior associate. Fantastic. And people that advanced to manager, we have Kira Graham Vincent, Hector Pacheco, and Rivera Legacy Group, Brian Wilson, Lisa Hoskinson, and Michael Arison. Yay, getting core rank. Congrats, you earned another big pay raise and big override. So congratulations to managers. Very exciting. And to senior manager, we had Philip Parks and Sammy James. Fantastic. Congratulations, our core rank heroes. Congrats, you earned another big pay raise and big overrides. And Tammy Kutri, hit director. Congratulations, Tammy. We are so excited for you and the big money that is happening for you right now in this business, going all the way to the top to executive director in no time. So here's our Team Pinnacle monthly top recruiter board. We have Aaron Aponte with 43, Melissa Collins 20, or should I stop at the bottom? Start at the bottom. Penelope Lachone at 4, Legacy One Partners and Photon Trust all with 4 recruits for the month. We have Aaron Rashkin with 6, Carla Pinto with 7, Brittany Black with 12, Stephen Taylor with 17 recruits, Melissa Collins with 25 recruits, and Aaron Aponte with 43 recruits. Congratulations to everybody that is just killing it so far in the month. That's fantastic. And look at our top sellers for premium this month. We have Kenitha Zunkfixe, Countfixe with 720, Everton Alliance 741, Brian Wilson with 750, David Guidros 793, Brittany Black with 984, Stephen Taylor 1,258, Philip Parks 1,490, Sammy James 1,534, Melissa Collins 1,883, and Aaron Aponte 2,572. Congratulations to those top sellers. And congratulations to Melissa Collins, the February top recruiter. And we got to ask whose name is going to be on this at the end of the month. Once again, we appreciate you, Melissa, for all the hard work you're doing and setting such a great example and being so inspirational of helping us all raise our lids to the next level, right? If we have a lid, imagine it. Oh, no, you can't get that many recruits. Well, Melissa's out there forging a new level of achievement. Love that. Okay. And our nightly overview that we have, once again, these are our business briefings and the opportunity presentations this week. Snap a photo of this. We have Elsie Mendez, Arissa Molyneux, Rob Hurst, Corey Muhammad, David Guidros, Pamela Carnes, and Rob Hurst. All right, get them out, get them invited. Take a snapshot of that. Very exciting. And opportunities this week, the Team Pinnacles Fireside Chat is going to be on March 28th with Bob and Sue Joseph, Saturday at pinnacleleaderzoom.com, and the pin is 1234. All right, come to the Fireside Chats. They're exciting. We learn the deep nuggets that are going on and how to think like a leader and build this business. And next Sunday's Team Zoom, we have Corey Muhammad, March 29th. And he's a 150K ring earner and 1 hour a week, small price for creating success. This call will be fun and the training will make you money. Fantastic. And it's time to spin the wheel. Did you want me to call out a number right now? Karen, we're going to do this?
Oh, no, sir. I'm going to take over the Zoom and I'm going to spin the wheel on my end.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, anything else we need to cover? If not, I will turn it over to you. Fantastic.
We'll do this, and then if Mr. Carruthers has anything, we can go from there.
You got it.
All right, folks. If you are on this wheel, it's because you PC qualified, Performance Club qualified in February. Let's see who the lucky winner is. A 15-minute coaching session. Tina, 15-minute coaching session with a Team Pinnacle leader. I will get a hold of you and we will get you all set up. And we are so excited to have you as a winner. Congratulations. Did you have anything else you wanted to cover, sir? All right. Everybody have an amazing evening. I will unmute the mics for a few moments so that you can say goodbye to Mr. Lequeux and let him know what an amazing job he's done.
Thank you.
Great training. That was amazing.
Great
Training. Thank you, Mr. Lequeux.
Thank you so much.
Great training.
Awesome job,
Mr.
Mr.
Information. Thank you.
Great job.
Great job.
Great training. Thank you.
Great information. Thank you.
Great training.